All right, guys, here we go. So to begin with, your proposals are due today. As always, putting this up on Wednesday. This is Thursday's video. Proposals are due on Thursday. I believe I said this last time, but in the off chance I didn't or didn't say it correctly, which is possible, all your proposal is meant to be, because I know it can feel somewhat formal, given the terminology. It's a slightly more formal sort of crystallization of your discussion post, if that makes sense. So the whole process we're undertaking here, your discussion post is just, hey, the worst thing you could do for the project is not think about it at all and then just sit down and go. I'm sure there's a world where that could go well, but most of the time, just no. It's a terrible idea, right? Your discussion post is, hey, let's get some thoughts going, get some momentum behind us, and let's share that with some people in the class, maybe get a little bit of feedback or just other related thoughts. Start a kind of a conversation. I feel like that's got some obvious benefits. The proposal is your chance to look at some of that material, either what you said, what people said to you, what you said to other people, all that stuff. Just, you've had a couple days to think about it now. Jot some thoughts down. That's all I want. Another way to think of this, it's a chance to take what is likely going to be some scattered opinions, ideas, what have you, and focus them down a little bit. One thing I hope you guys take from this semester that you probably didn't realize beforehand, if you actually, and some of you have yet to do this if we're being totally honest with ourselves, but if you actually sit down, force yourself, if necessary, to just write for like 15 minutes. You will figure something out. Like it will just happen on the page. Your brain is a disorganized mess, even among the best of us. But actually sitting down and making yourself make sense in an orderly fashion, like you have to do on a page, good things come of it. And that's really all I'm asking of you here. This is for you more than it's for me. The proposal, that is. Looking forward a little bit to the rough draft. Again, I understand, given the terminology, that can sound terribly official. It's not. It has been in the past, okay? But this rough draft is different. And it goes into a little bit of explanation on Courseden. By the way, your rough draft is due on Courseden this time, not Turnitin, so that's a slight change. But why is that? Well, for your project, you have to turn in either a video or an audio file. Turnitin, I don't think, can handle that. And Courseden can, sort of, and that's where the rough draft comes in. So what you don't have to do, you can, but you don't have to, record your project and turn it in for the rough draft. You don't have to do that. It's not what the rough draft is for. What the rough draft is for is a test. So most, if not all of you, have never turned in a video or audio file to Courseden. Because of that, there's going to be some hiccups for some of you. What I would like to do is try to get those out of the way before we get to the final draft, right? So to go through the process very quickly, and I know I've said this before, but people's memories are bad. If it's an audio file, which can be trickier to do, weirdly, in 2022, initially, but if you can figure that out, if you can get an audio file, an audio recording of you and or your group mates, whoever that might be, that's really easy. You can upload it straight to Courseden in most cases. I would ask, and this is good practice for anything actually, once you upload your file, whatever it is, double check it, make sure it worked. See if you can play it back, see if you can download it. If you can't, then I can't. Anyway, that's the audio version. Video is much easier to begin with. I'm doing it right now. We all pretty much have phones like this, and they're magic. And yeah, video is pretty great, pretty simple. Problem is, Courseden is old and kind of crap. It's like the dog you don't want to put down, but like you should. Anyway, your dog probably doesn't take video files very well either, by the way. But the point is, for a video file, you would need to do the same thing I have to do with these. record it, obviously, first of all, then upload it to YouTube. Then, as far as CourseDen is concerned, turning the thing in, you would copy the link from your YouTube page to the CourseDen page. Oh, sorry. Copy the link from the YouTube page to a document, upload that document to CourseDen. I actually took you through my process there. Yours is slightly different. Something else you want to make sure you do, when you upload a video to YouTube, if you've never done it before, it gives you 3 different options. Do not choose private. If you choose private, no one can see it but you, no matter what they do. And that's not helpful because I'll need to see it. What you want to do instead, you can choose public, which is anybody can see it. Or if you don't want that, you can choose unlisted. What unlisted does is no one can see it unless they have the link. And of course, you're going to give me the link. So that's fine. If you don't want it public, if you're worried somebody would see it, which I don't know why that would matter, but maybe it does to you, that's fine. Unlisted is the way to go. But either way, I need a link to your video, most likely on YouTube. Put it in a document, upload that document to CourseDen, and that'll count as your rough draft submission. Again, the whole point to this part of the process is any just technical screw ups that'll sometimes happen. Sometimes they're no fault of yours, right? Just stuff comes up, and it just feels way worse if that stuff comes up, say, the night that your project is actually due. I don't think any of us want to experience that feeling. It's not fun. So I'd rather have it here. When the rough draft is due, the beginning of next week, let's go ahead and have the problems we're gonna have, get them out of the way, and then when we turn to the final draft, everything's good. Yeah, that's my hope anyway. All right, so that's really it. Oh, reminder, if you have not, for some reason, turned in paper 3, you got to do that. It was due, given my extension, Tuesday night. So, yeah, I got to click a button on turn it in, but that should tell whoever hasn't turned it in, who signed up for turn it in. I just said that a lot. Whoever hasn't turned in their paper, you'll get an auto-generated email, sort of spat at you. But here again, you should know if you haven't turned it in. Anyway, make that happen. Make that happen immediately. Yeah, that's all I got. Otherwise, I hope everyone is well. Just trying to get through the end of the semester here. And if you feel any kind of way like that, understand that's totally normal and an unfortunate part of the process. But that's where we're at. So we're near the finish line. Let's make it happen. Thanks.